Hi everyone, it's Helena here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we are going to walk over 50 of the most up-to-date CSM or Certified Scrum Master exam questions. It's super important that before your exam, you do as many practice questions as possible. This is what's going to ensure that you pass on your first try. How this tutorial is going to work is that you're going to get a question and you'll have about 10 seconds or so to answer it. And of course, if you need more time than that, just hit pause on the video, get the answer, resume the video, and then it's going to tell you the correct answer as well as an explanation why. So please make sure if you have your exam coming up to do this entire tutorial in its entirety. And if you got any value out of this channel and out of these questions, I would really appreciate it if you can like and subscribe below, because this is what helps us continue the channel and continue to give you great content. All right, with that being said, let's dive into the practice questions.
Question 1. What is the Scrum Master's role in the Scrum team? Assigning tasks to team members. B. Facilitating Scrum events and supporting the team in following Scrum practices. C. Prioritizing the product backlog. D. Reporting progress to stakeholders. Correct answer. B. Facilitating Scrum events and supporting the team in following Scrum practices.
Explanation.
The Scrum Master acts as a servant leader and facilitator for the Scrum team, helping to ensure that the team adheres to Scrum practices and principles, removes impediments, and fosters an environment where the team can be effective. Question 2. What is a sprint in Scrum? A meeting where the team discusses the work to be done in the next week. B. A fixed-length event where the team creates a shippable product increment. C. A phase where the team focuses only on bug fixes. D. An unplanned period where the team addresses urgent issues. Correct answer. B. A fixed-length event where the team creates a shippable product increment. Explanation. A sprint is a time-boxed period, usually 2 to 4 weeks, during which the Scrum team works to complete a set amount of work and produce a potentially releasable increment of the product. Question 3. Who is responsible for managing the product backlog? A. The Scrum Master. B. The development team. C. The product owner. D. The stakeholders. Correct answer. C. The product owner. Explanation. The product owner is responsible for the product backlog, including its content, prioritization, and clarity. This role ensures that the backlog is aligned with the product goals and is transparent to all stakeholders. Question 4. What is the purpose of the daily Scrum? A. For the Scrum Master to assign tasks to the team. B. To discuss problems and find solutions. C. To provide a status update to stakeholders. D. For the development team to synchronize activities and create a plan for the next 24 hours. Correct answer. D. For the development team to synchronize activities and create a plan for the next 24 hours. Explanation. The daily Scrum is a short meeting for the development team to align on their progress towards the sprint goal, discuss any impediments, and plan the work for the next 24 hours. Question 5. Which of the following best describes the Scrum team's approach to requirements? A. Requirements are fully defined and locked down before the sprint begins. B. Requirements may evolve, but changes are discouraged during the sprint. C. Requirements are fixed for the product but can change from sprint to sprint. D. Requirements are allowed to change, even within a sprint, as long as the product owner and development team agree. Correct answer. C. Requirements are fixed for the product but can change from sprint to sprint. Explanation. While the Scrum team commits to certain goals during a sprint, the requirements can evolve over time. The product backlog is a living document where changes can be made, but changes during a sprint are minimized to ensure focus and goal achievement. Question 6. What is the main goal of the sprint retrospective? A. To review the work completed in the sprint and demonstrate it to the stakeholders. B. To plan the next sprint. C. To inspect the sprint that just ended and identify ways to improve in the next sprint. D. To update the product backlog. Correct answer. C. To inspect the sprint that just ended and identify ways to improve in the next sprint. Explanation. The sprint retrospective is focused on continuous improvement. The team inspects how the last sprint went in terms of people, relationships, processes, and tools, and then identifies what went well and what could be improved for the next sprint. Question 7. Who determines the priority of items in the product backlog? A. The Scrum Master. B. The development team. C. The product owner. D. The stakeholders. Correct answer. C. The product owner. Explanation. The product owner is responsible for the product backlog, including its prioritization. They ensure that the items are ordered in a way that maximizes the value of the work done by the development team. Question 8. What is the time box for the sprint planning meeting? A. 1 hour for each week of the sprint. B. 2 hours for each week of the sprint. C. 4 hours for each week of the sprint. D. There is no time box. It lasts as long as needed. Correct answer. B. 2 hours for each week of the sprint. Explanation. Sprint planning is time-boxed to a maximum of 8 hours for a 1-month sprint. For shorter sprints, the event is usually shorter. The general guideline is 2 hours for each week of the sprint. Question 9. Which statement best describes the increment? A. It is the total of all product backlog items completed during a sprint and all previous sprints. B. It is the sum of all tasks completed by the development team during the sprint.
C. It is a detailed plan of work for the next sprint.
D. It is a report for stakeholders about the progress made during the sprint. Correct answer. A. It is the total of all product backlog items completed during a sprint and all previous sprints. Explanation. The increment is the sum of all the product backlog items completed during the current sprint and all previous sprints, which must be in a usable condition and meet the Scrum team's definition of done. Question 10. What is the role of the development team in Scrum? A. To provide the product owner with a list of tasks for the sprint. B. To select the product backlog items for the sprint. C. To deliver a potentially releasable increment of the product at the end of each sprint. D. To report progress to the stakeholders. Correct answer. C. To deliver a potentially releasable increment of the product at the end of each sprint. Question 11. What is the purpose of the sprint goal? A. To define the tasks that must be completed during the sprint. B. To establish a clear objective that will be met within the sprint by implementing product backlog items. C. To outline the technical specifications for the increment. D. To provide a detailed schedule for the sprint's events. Correct answer. B. To establish a clear objective that will be met within the sprint by implementing product backlog items. Explanation. The sprint goal is a single objective set for the sprint, providing the development team with a focus and the flexibility to adapt their work in order to achieve it. It offers guidance on why the team is building the increment, ensuring alignment and purpose. Question 12. Who attends the daily Scrum? A. The Scrum Master, development team, and product owner. B. The development team only. C. The Scrum Master and development team. D. The entire Scrum team and stakeholders. Correct answer. B. The development team only. Explanation. The daily Scrum is a meeting for the development team by the development team. While the Scrum Master often attends to ensure that the meeting is productive and stays within the time box, their attendance is not mandatory. The product owner and other stakeholders typically do not participate unless invited by the development team. Question 13. What should be the result of a sprint review? A revised sprint backlog for the next sprint. B. A finalized increment ready for release. C. Feedback on the increment and updates to the product backlog. D. Assigning tasks for the next sprint. Correct answer. See feedback on the increment and updates to the product backlog.
Explanation. The sprint review focuses on inspecting the increment and adapting the product backlog if needed. It's an opportunity for stakeholders to provide feedback that the product owner can use to update the product backlog, ensuring that the team is always working on the most valuable items.
Question 14. What is true about the product backlog? A. It is a static list that changes only at the end of each sprint. B. It contains a detailed plan for the entire project. C. It is ordered by the development team. D. It is a dynamic list of features, changes, fixes, and more, ordered by value. Correct answer. D. It is a dynamic list of features, changes, fixes, and more, ordered by value. Explanation. The product backlog is a living document that changes over time, with the product owner constantly refining and prioritizing it to ensure that the team is focused on delivering the most value. It evolves as new information surfaces and the product progresses. Question 15. When can changes be made to the sprint backlog? A. Only during the sprint planning meeting. B. Any time during the sprint as needed by the development team. C. Changes are not allowed once the sprint starts. D. Only the product owner can make changes during the sprint. Correct answer. B. Any time during the sprint as needed by the development team. Explanation. The development team owns the sprint backlog and can make changes to their plan as necessary during the sprint. This allows the team to adapt their work based on emerging insights and challenges, fostering agility and continuous improvement. Question 16. What is the maximum duration of a sprint? A. 1 week. B. 2 weeks. C. 4 weeks. D. There is no maximum duration. Correct answer. C. 4 weeks. Explanation. Sprints are time-boxed to 1 month or less. The most common durations are 1, 2, or 4 weeks. A 4-week sprint is typically considered the maximum length to ensure agility and the ability to adapt to changes quickly. Question 17. How should the Scrum team handle a situation where the product owner is consistently absent? The Scrum Master should take over the product owner's responsibilities. B. The development team should assume the product owner's role. C. The Scrum team should escalate the issue to management to ensure the product owner's responsibilities are addressed. D. Cancel the sprint until the product owner returns. Correct answer. C. The Scrum team should escalate the issue to management to ensure the product owner's responsibilities are addressed. Explanation. The product owner's role is crucial for the success of the project. If they are consistently absent, the Scrum team should escalate the issue to ensure that the necessary support and decisions are provided, maintaining the project's momentum. Question 18. Which of the following best describes the purpose of the sprint burn-down chart? A. To show the total cost of the project. B. To display the remaining work in the sprint backlog across time. C. To represent the number of features completed in the sprint. D. To track the individual performance of development team members. Correct answer. B. To display the remaining work in the sprint backlog across time. Explanation. The sprint burn-down chart is a visual tool that shows the amount of work remaining in the sprint backlog over time. It helps the team gauge their progress and adjust their efforts if needed to meet the sprint goal. Question 19. What should a Scrum Master do if the development team is not collaborating effectively? Assign specific tasks to each team member. B. Take over the team's responsibilities to ensure the sprint goal is met. C. Facilitate a discussion or workshop to help the team identify and resolve their collaboration issues. D. Report the team members to management. Correct answer. C. Facilitate a discussion or workshop to help the team identify and resolve their collaboration issues. Explanation. As a servant leader, the Scrum Master should help the team improve their collaboration skills through facilitation and coaching, not by taking over their responsibilities or assigning blame. Question 20. What is the definition of done? A list of tasks the development team needs to complete by the end of the sprint. B. A set of criteria that specifies the quality standards that must be met for a product increment. C. A document that the Scrum Master creates to define what it means to be agile. D. A checklist that stakeholders use to accept or reject the product increment. Correct answer. B. A set of criteria that specifies the quality standards that must be met for a product increment. Explanation. The definition of done is a shared understanding within the Scrum team of the criteria that an increment must meet to be considered complete. It ensures transparency and quality in what the team delivers. Question 21. How should a Scrum team handle the situation if the product owner is not available during a sprint? A. Pause the sprint until the product owner is available. B. The Scrum Master should assume the product owner's responsibilities. C. Continue the sprint using the previously agreed upon priorities. D. The development team should choose new work from the product backlog. Correct answer. C. Continue the sprint using the previously agreed upon priorities. Explanation. If the product owner is not available, the Scrum team should continue their work based on the existing priorities and goals. The Scrum team's ability to self-organize allows them to proceed with the agreed-upon work even in the product owner's absence. Question 22. What does the term time-boxed mean in Scrum? A. Each event must happen at a specific time. B. Each event has a maximum duration. C. The events can take as long as necessary. D. Time is not considered during Scrum events. Correct answer. B. Each event has a maximum duration. Explanation. Time boxing is a critical concept in Scrum where each event has a predefined maximum duration. This ensures that the events are efficient and focused, helping the team to manage their time effectively and maintain a sustainable pace. Question 23. What should the development team do if they realize they can't finish their committed work by the end of the sprint? Extend the sprint duration. B. Add more team members to complete the work. C. Discuss the situation with the product owner to renegotiate the scope. D. Reduce the quality of the work to meet the deadline. Correct answer. C. Discuss the situation with the product owner to renegotiate the scope. Explanation. If the development team realizes they are likely to not meet their commitment, they should collaborate with the product owner to review and possibly adjust the scope. This maintains the integrity of the sprint goal and ensures the delivery of the most valuable work. Question 24. Who is required to attend the sprint planning meeting? The development team and Scrum Master only. B. The Scrum Master and product owner only. C. The entire Scrum team. D. All stakeholders and the Scrum team. Correct answer. C. The entire Scrum team. Explanation. Sprint planning is a collaborative effort that requires the presence of the product owner to clarify the items and their value, the development team to define the work and effort, and the Scrum Master to facilitate the meeting. Question 25. What is the role of the Scrum Master during the daily Scrum? To provide updates on behalf of the team. B. To take notes and track progress. C. To facilitate the meeting if necessary and ensure it stays within the time box. D. To assign tasks to team members. Correct answer. C. To facilitate the meeting if necessary and ensure it stays within the time box. Explanation. The daily Scrum is primarily for the development team. However, the Scrum Master may attend to facilitate the meeting, ensuring it is productive and stays within the 15-minute time box, and to help remove any impediments that are raised. Question 26. What is a product increment in Scrum? The total amount of work completed by the development team during the sprint. B. The sum of all product backlog items completed during the sprint and all previous sprints. C. A new feature or piece of functionality that is partially completed. D. An update to the Scrum process based on the team's retrospective. Correct answer. B. The sum of all product backlog items completed during the sprint and all previous sprints. Explanation. The increment is a concrete step towards the product goal, encompassing all completed and previously done product backlog items. It must be in a usable state and meet the team's definition of done. Question 27. When should the Scrum team engage in backlog refinement? Only during the sprint retrospective. B. At the beginning of each sprint. C. During the sprint review. D. Throughout the sprint as needed. Correct answer. D. Throughout the sprint as needed.
Explanation.
Backlog refinement is an ongoing activity that helps keep the product backlog updated and ensures that upcoming items are well understood and ready for selection in future sprints. It's not confined to a specific Scrum event. Question 28. What is the primary purpose of the sprint review? To assign new work for the next sprint. B. To inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog. C. To reflect on the past sprint and identify improvements. D. To update company stakeholders on financial matters. Correct answer. B. To inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog. Explanation. The sprint review is about inspecting the outcome of the sprint and determining future adaptations. The Scrum team and stakeholders collaborate to review what was accomplished, discuss what to do next, and adapt the product backlog as necessary. Question 29. Which of the following is not a Scrum value? A courage. B. Respect. C. Transparency. D. Efficiency. Correct answer. D. Efficiency. Explanation. The 5 Scrum values are commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage. While efficiency might be a result of effective Scrum implementation, it is not listed as a core value of Scrum. Question 30. What is the purpose of the sprint burndown chart? A. To track the total cost of the project. B. To show the amount of work remaining in the sprint. C. To display the number of bugs found in the sprint. D. To plan the tasks for the next sprint. Correct answer. B. To show the amount of work remaining in the sprint. Explanation. The sprint burndown chart is a visual tool that shows how much work remains to be done in the sprint, helping the team gauge whether they are on track to complete the work they forecasted. Question 31. Which event in Scrum focuses on transparency and inspection over the course of the project? A. Daily Scrum. B. Sprint planning. C. Sprint review. D. Sprint retrospective. Correct answer. C. Sprint review. Explanation. The sprint review focuses on transparency and inspection by reviewing what was accomplished during the sprint and determining future adaptations. This event provides a forum for stakeholders to provide feedback and for the team to inspect their work and the progress toward the product goal. Question 32. What is the key characteristic of an effective Scrum Master? A. Technical expertise in the product being developed. B. Ability to assign tasks effectively. C. Expertise in facilitating Scrum events and coaching the team. D. Ability to make decisions for the development team. Correct answer. C. Expertise in facilitating Scrum events and coaching the team. Explanation. The Scrum Master's effectiveness lies in their ability to facilitate Scrum events, remove impediments, and coach the team, product owner, and organization in Scrum practices. They are a servant leader, not a manager or decision maker for the team. Question 33. When is a product backlog item considered done? At the end of the sprint planning. B. When the development team has completed all the tasks associated with it. C. When it meets the definition of done as agreed by the development team. D. When the product owner approves it. Correct answer. C. When it meets the definition of done as agreed by the development team. Explanation. A product backlog item is considered done when it meets the criteria established in the team's definition of done, ensuring a shared understanding of what completion means. Question 34. How should a Scrum team handle a significant impediment that cannot be resolved by the team itself? I. Ignore the impediment and continue working on other tasks. B. Escalate the impediment to the Scrum Master for resolution. C. Wait for the next retrospective to discuss the impediment. D. Ask the product owner to remove the impediment. Correct answer. B. Escalate the impediment to the Scrum Master for resolution. Explanation. The Scrum Master is responsible for removing impediments that the development team cannot resolve, enabling the team to maintain focus and momentum in their work. Question 35. What is the purpose of a user story in the product backlog? A. To document technical specifications. B. To provide a high-level description of a feature from the user's perspective. C. To assign tasks to development team members. D. To serve as a contract between the development team and the product owner. Correct answer. B. To provide a high-level description of a feature from the user's perspective. Explanation. User stories in the product backlog help the team understand features from the end user's perspective, focusing on the value the feature brings rather than technical details. Question 36. What should the development team do if the product owner asks for a change that would endanger the sprint goal? A. Implement the change without question. B. Discuss the potential impact with the product owner and negotiate as needed. C. Ignore the request and continue with the planned work. D. Escalate the issue to higher management. Correct answer. B. Discuss the potential impact with the product owner and negotiate as needed.
Explanation. The development team should collaborate with a product owner to understand the impact of the requested change and negotiate to find a solution that respects the sprint goal and maintains the integrity of the sprint's commitments.
Question 37. Which of the following best describes a cross-functional Scrum team? A team where members work in different functional departments. B. A team where each member has a specific, siloed skill set. C. A team where members possess all the skills necessary to create the product increment. D. A team that outsources work for functions outside their expertise. Correct answer. C. A team where members possess all the skills necessary to create the product increment. Explanation. A cross-functional team has members with varied expertise and skills necessary to complete the project from start to finish without needing to depend on outsiders, enhancing efficiency and collaboration. Question 38. What is the primary benefit of the Scrum framework? A. To ensure that all planned work is completed on time. B. To provide a strict set of instructions for creating high-quality products. C. To enable teams to adapt to changes and deliver value incrementally. D. To reduce the cost of product development significantly. Correct answer. C. To enable teams to adapt to changes and deliver value incrementally. Explanation. Scrum is designed to embrace change, allowing teams to adapt and pivot based on feedback and changes in requirements, thereby delivering value incrementally and continuously improving. Question 39. When should the Scrum team update the Scrum board? A. Only during the sprint planning meeting. B. Once at the end of each sprint. C. Daily, as tasks progress or are completed. D. Whenever the product owner requests it. Correct answer. C. Daily, as tasks progress or are completed. Explanation. The Scrum board should reflect the current state of the sprint, so it's essential to update it as work progresses, typically during the daily Scrum, to ensure transparency and visibility for the entire team. Question 40. How does Scrum define value? A. The technical excellence of the product. B. The profitability that the product brings to the organization. C. The benefit that the product or feature delivers to the customer or user. D. The amount of work the team completes during a sprint. Correct answer. C. The benefit that the product or feature delivers to the customer or user. Explanation. In Scrum, value is primarily focused on the benefits and outcomes that the product or features deliver to the customer or user, aligning the team's efforts with customer needs and business objectives. Question 41. What does it mean for a team to be self-managing in Scrum? A. The team does not report to any higher authority. B. The team selects its own members and decides on its structure. C. The team has the autonomy to decide how to best accomplish their work. D. The team sets its own salaries and working conditions. Correct answer. C. The team has the autonomy to decide how to best accomplish their work. Explanation. In Scrum, a self-managing team is one that has the autonomy to make decisions on how to organize and execute their work, promoting ownership, accountability, and motivation. Question 42. What should a Scrum Master do if the development team is not collaborating effectively? Assign tasks to individual team members to clarify responsibilities. B. Facilitate communication and collaboration practices to help the team improve. C. Report the issue to higher management for intervention. D. Take over some of the team's responsibilities to lighten their workload. Correct answer. B. Facilitate communication and collaboration practices to help the team improve. Explanation. The Scrum Master should use their skills to facilitate better communication and collaboration within the team, helping them to identify and resolve issues, rather than assigning tasks or escalating the issue prematurely. Question 43. What is the Scrum Master's role in relation to the product owner? To approve or reject product backlog items. B. To prioritize the product backlog items. C. To support the product owner with practices for managing the product backlog effectively. D. To decide on the release dates and content. Correct answer. C. To support the product owner with practices for managing the product backlog effectively. Explanation. The Scrum Master supports the product owner by offering guidance on Scrum practices, helping them manage the product backlog effectively, and facilitating collaboration with the development team. Question 44. When does a new sprint begin? Immediately after the previous sprint ends. B. After a 1-week break between sprints. C. Once the sprint planning for the new sprint is completed. D. When the product owner approves the start of the new sprint. Correct answer. Immediately after the previous sprint ends. Explanation. In Scrum, a new sprint starts immediately after the conclusion of the previous sprint, maintaining a continuous flow of work and allowing the team to deliver value consistently. Question 45. What is the purpose of the Sprint Zero in Scrum? To complete all the design work before starting the actual sprints. B. To provide a buffer period for the team to rest between sprints. C. To work on the infrastructure and architectural groundwork. D. Scrum does not officially recognize a Sprint Zero. Correct answer. D. Scrum does not officially recognize a Sprint Zero. Explanation. Scrum does not have a concept of Sprint Zero. All sprints are meant to deliver a potentially releasable increment, and the framework encourages starting with actual product development work from the first sprint. Question 46. How are communication and collaboration enhanced in a Scrum team? A. Through detailed documentation. B. By having a project manager facilitate communication. C. Through frequent and focused interactions among team members. D. By using a strict command and control structure. Correct answer. C. Through frequent and focused interactions among team members. Explanation. Scrum enhances communication and collaboration through its structured events and emphasis on team interaction, allowing team members to synchronize, plan, and address challenges effectively. Question 47. What is the Scrum Master's responsibility when the team faces a problem they cannot solve? A. Solve the problem for the team. B. Teach the team to become more self-sufficient in solving problems. C. Ignore the problem to help the team become more resilient. D. Escalate the problem to senior management. Correct answer. B. Teach the team to become more self-sufficient in solving problems. Explanation. While the Scrum Master helps remove impediments, their ultimate goal is to coach and enable the team to develop problem-solving skills, fostering autonomy and self-management. Question 48. What happens to incomplete product backlog items at the end of a sprint? A. They are automatically carried over to the next sprint. B. They are reassessed and can be reprioritized or modified by the product owner. C. They are discarded to keep the product backlog clean. D. They are completed in the next sprint without any reprioritization. Correct answer. B. They are reassessed and can be reprioritized or modified by the product owner. Explanation. Incomplete items are returned to the product backlog, where they can be reprioritized or adjusted by the product owner based on the latest information and project needs. Question 49. What is the main focus of the Scrum team during a sprint? A. To adhere to the plan created during sprint planning. B. To ensure that all product backlog items are completed. C. To meet the sprint goal defined during sprint planning. D. To work on as many tasks as possible. Correct answer. C. To meet the sprint goal defined during sprint planning. Explanation. The main focus of the sprint is to achieve the sprint goal, which provides direction and purpose for the team's work during the sprint, guiding what features are developed and decisions made. Question 50. How should a Scrum team deal with a stakeholder who constantly interrupts the team with new ideas or requests? A. Direct all communications through the Scrum Master. B. Incorporate the request into the current sprint without question. C. Encourage the stakeholder to attend the sprint review for feedback. D. Ignore the stakeholder's request to maintain focus on the sprint goal. Correct answer. C. Encourage the stakeholder to attend the sprint review for feedback. Explanation. Engaging stakeholders during the sprint review allows them to provide input and see the team's progress, while the team maintains focus on the sprint goal. It channels the stakeholders' energy and ideas constructively without disrupting the team's workflow. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more practice questions.